Deucetone style of music with Pink Floyd, especially like the very early Pink Floyd, Rat Zeppelin, like this really strong guitar. There's a lot of like so much disco and pop music going on right now that there's less attention drawn to like guitar as an instrument. So listening to a lot of like really old music like that has placed a big influence on the way we write music or something. So I don't think we ever talk about like what style we want to do or anything. It's more of just being able to create something that is expressing a voice or an idea that maybe is paired with like a time period or emotions that are related.
We don't think about, okay, we want to do stuff. We just, of course, you have to fit into some mold so that people understand what you're going to sound like, what people want to describe the music, which is good, but we don't think about exactly what's that. Just think about what kind of story.
Well, we were at the time we were practicing that when the earthquake actually struck, so like our whole house, like our whole studio was like twisting and turning, and then we ran outside of them for the next few days. There was no electricity. There were all of these scares about drinking water and like where could you get food and things like that. And we were on like the opposite side of Chengdu where like the major epicenter was. And you could see this massive impact, and you could see the way that people were trying to react to the impact by everybody saying like, what can be done? What can we do? And I don't know, like the humanitarian aspect of things just really kind of like stirs up a lot of like emotions and ideas of wanting to find a way to contribute. Probably one of the most vivid ideas that I had right around that time was just imagining people underneath the rocks and just wondering if they would be heard or if they would be found, or if the people that were found felt lucky or what. Like it just seemed like like there was no happy ending or there was no sad ending. It was just nature just being everything that it could. So that just became to be like the theme of the album and the ideas of writing the songs, like these themes and judgments of character.
Between every song, there's a story that's happening. So it's kind of almost like watching a movie. So you could listen to the whole album front to back and then read the story that's happening of this guy who's buried under the rubble in the earthquake. And every song is like one of his past lives.
喜欢是因为就是喜欢那种鼓的打鼓的感觉，所以特别喜欢节奏，然后就开始学习。是我觉得就是首先就是在练习的时候，你一定要注意自己的那个想要表达的情绪，还有情绪。 在音乐里面的融入度，然后还有它的音色的一些处理，一些对现场的环境不同的话，它会有一些不同的影响。然后一定要有一个自己想要知道自己的喜欢的音色，然后怎么样去表达，通过鼓去表达你想要表达的一些情感。它真的在你的心里面，然后你去摸它，然后不一定你要有多好。 感觉多好，就是在你要去用心的去教育他们说话，就是那种感觉。
Well, I started playing bass when we started the band, so I didn't have any previous experience of playing bass, although I played guitar and piano before. And when we first started the band, I just used a bass that a friend gave me, so I never thought about it too much. And then I switched to another bass that another friend gave me. It was like a Washburn and then an Ibanez. And so I played with those two basses for about a year and a half. And then I went into a music store one day. We were buying something, I don't know, some cables or something. And I saw a rock bass, a fretless. And I'd never seen a fretless bass in a store. Because I started in China, and in Chengdu we don't have a lot of selection. So I tried playing it. I sat down and played it for maybe half an hour, and I thought that was the bass for me. So I went home and sold my bass and bought that bass like the next day or something. But the bass that I got, I really liked it, and then eventually, about a year and a half ago, I switched to a 5-string fretless. It's also Fortress. And the reason I switched was not because of the 5 strings, but because of the active pickup. So I needed something, as with a fretless bass, it's a little bit of a softer sound, and a lot of our music can be quite loud, so it could get drowned out easily in the sounds. So I had to switch to something with more power, but I didn't want to give up the fretless bass. So I found that bass.